We're going to begin our time together today by installing our prayer chaplains for the year 2017. So Brenda, if you would join me. Brenda Durham, our licensed Unity teacher, and one of our trainers, along with Joan Tufts, for our recent training. And you got the handheld thanks.
Good morning.
Morning, Brenda.
It's such a pleasure and such an absolute honor to get to do this morning. Before we ask the current prayer chaplains to come up, we would like to first recognize anyone who has ever served as a prayer chaplain at Unity of Birmingham up to this point. So if you're with us this morning, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Let's give them a great big hand. We thank you and honor you for your service. So what I'm going to ask now is for all of our current prayer chaplains who've just been through training or who are still serving until our next training, please come forward. And as you're coming forward, there's someone I'd like to recognize. She doesn't know I'm going to do this. I'm going to put her on the spot. But at our last training, we included all of the Unity churches in the Southeast region, and three churches joined us, Unity of Chattanooga, Unity of Nashville, and Unity on the Mountain in Huntsville. One of those prayer chaplains is joining us this morning, visiting. Renee Beckham, would you mind standing, please?
Welcome, Renee.
It was such a beautiful time together to extend this out and join our brothers and sisters across the Southeast, and we're looking forward to doing more of this in the future. So we'll get on with this, and I'm going to hand each of you a reading, and we're going to read this together as we do our induction. Since we are about serving Unity of Birmingham as prayer chaplains, we hold this as a very sacred commitment. I'm going to read this out loud, and then I'm going to ask you all to read this together with me. We're going to take one at a time. We would like for you to know what we are all committing to in service to you this coming year. As a prayer chaplain, I commit to provide prayer support after worship services, to hold sacred space during the offering and blessing service, to attend all scheduled meetings of the prayer chaplains and to support my community of prayer chaplains. To hold in strict confidence information shared in telephone or personal conversations with my circle of friends, information regarding prayer requests on Sunday mornings, and any telephone numbers and addresses of church congregants. To stay informed about Unity Birmingham programs and activities by reading the newsletter, weekly e-blast, weekly bulletins, listening to church announcements, viewing the church website, etc. Stay informed about Unity Birmingham programs and activities by to regularly attend Sunday celebration services, to nurture my spiritual, emotional, and physical self and do my own personal prayer work, to seek support when needed and maintain open communication with the ministers, to serve as a church leader and represent the church in a positive, loving light, to demonstrate a genuine interest in the well-being of the congregation and fellow prayer chaplains, to be flexible and open to the evolving nature of this program, to support and maintain the integrity of the prayer chaplain program, to not solicit my circle of friends in any way for personal gain, to be open to experiencing the many gifts this program will offer me in my life, to serve for a minimum of 1 year and to provide at least 2 months' notice to the ministers when or if I must resign. To notify the ministers if I am unable to fulfill these commitments. And if you would say this together with me now. I acknowledge that I have entered into a sacred trust, and if I do not fulfill these commitments, I may be asked to resign. Most of our prayer chaplains up here have served with us for a while and are recommitting themselves to serve for another year. I would like to recognize our newest prayer chaplain, Kristen Knight. And she is committed to serving especially our children and youth as a prayer chaplain. What a beautiful thing this is. And we are so delighted to have you, Kristen, join us as a prayer chaplain at Unity of Birmingham. So here we are, your new 2017 prayer chaplains, and I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Terry.
Do you like to, what are we doing about the stoles? We doing that part first? All right, let's do that part. And as Brenda, other way, I think. Just because I was, remember we talked about mistakes last week. So, right, there are no mistakes. There are only messages. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And so while Brenda is inducting each one with the stole, I'd like you to consider what you've just heard as the commitments that we are each making as prayer chaplains, to consider that prayerfully, because I'm going to ask you for your support in this. Oh, I didn't get a hug. Ask for what I want instead of whining about it. Yes, right. Got it. All right, group hugs, thank you. So, Unity of Birmingham, you have heard this sacred commitment that each member of our 2017 prayer chaplains have made this morning. Each has made this morning. You've heard that sacred commitment. Are you willing to accept these chaplains as your 2017 chaplains, to hold that sacred light for you? If so, please say, I am. I am. Are you willing to acknowledge that our prayer chaplains are the heart of this ministry? If you are, please say, I am. And now we give each of our prayer chaplains our unity blessing. Together, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ you are. Amen, and thank you all so much.